You're listening to the Becoming Zesty podcast. We are Megan and Dr. Alex, and we're so happy that you're here.
We are passionate about accelerated transformation, yours, ours, and the collective.
Personal and professional for coaches, practitioners, and leaders of all kinds.
Between the two of us, we seem to have done things the painful way. So let our pitfalls become your stepping stones. We are not afraid to share our raw and vulnerable truths in order to help you transform your thinking, your body, your heart, and your soul.
Combining over 15 years of functional medicine with brain-based habit change to lead you to create the life of your dreams, supporting yourself through all four bodies, physical, mental, emotional, and energetic, every step of the way.
We are transformation accelerators, wholeness cultivators, empowerment experts, speakers, authors, mentors, and change makers for a more loving world. By combining Dr. Alex's MD experiences
with Megan's mindset magic, we've helped hundreds of thousands of people transform their lives, and we can help you too. If you're ready to accelerate your transformation and have so much fun doing it, then stick around. We've got you covered. Quick reminder, this information is not meant to diagnose, manage, or treat disease. Always consult with your doctor, not this doctor, before making changes. Now let's get into today's episode.
Hello, welcome to the podcast. This is Megan. If you can't tell, it's because my voice is weird. Hello, weird voice. I'm going to keep this intro super short because there's going to be another intro. What we're doing is we have an amazingly popular, one of our most popular series on our podcast that I did last December, all about the series of possibility. And I had a bunch of clients who reminded me, they said, oh, I'm going to go back and do that. And it's a series that can be done over and over and over. It can be done at any time of the year. And, you know, this whole January 1st thing where people do the New Year's resolution is a great time to do it. So there are prizes, there are things that can happen, there are ways to participate, there's a workbook. It's all inside the episode and the recording. The most important thing that I want you to understand is that this was originally recorded last December. So when I talk about 2023, just insert in your brain 2024. And when I talk about December, insert in your brain January. We're doing a little bit a month later. And same thing is going to apply. 3 people still can win a ticket to our live event. We have our next one coming up January 19th and 20th in Virginia Beach, 2024. And if you're listening to this afterwards, or if you haven't won yet, you can go ahead and buy your ticket now. We will reimburse you if you win. And if you can't come to this one, still enter your workbook and do all the things that I suggest, because we're going to do it again in August in Dallas. We have lots of options. And also, be open to the possibility that maybe you'd win something else if you absolutely can't come to either of those. So we want you to win. You're going to hear why. And I'm going to keep this short so you can dig right into the series. We hope you enjoy it.
Hey there, friends. Welcome back to part 9 of our series of possibility. If you're jumping in here and you're new to this series, or you haven't listened to part 1 through 8, go back now. Oh, we'll wait for you. We'll be here. I'll be here. Go check it out. It goes in order. There's a reason. There's a workbook. Check it out. Okay. So Alex would love this joke. She'll love it when she hears it because it's a solid dad joke. And Alex was a piano major. Did you all know that Alex was a piano major before she shifted into pre-med because of her own horrible health journey and how she was treated in medicine, how she was treated as a patient? Yeah. So, you know, she told me she used to play the piano by ear, but now she uses her hands. You're welcome. Alrighty, go head on over to zestyginger.com/possibility if you do not have the workbook yet. And today is about asking for help and community. In my model of the world, being able to receive as well as being able to give leads to a life of possibilities. Amen. It is important to be able to receive. I say that because in the circles we work with, It's more often a problem with receiving. There's a lot of overgiving, a little martyrdom going on. You know, there's going to be times and places in your life where you need support. Okay, and my belief is that if you don't accept help when you need it, you're actually robbing someone of an opportunity to give. To only give and not receive, there will always be an imbalance of energy. This is a circle. Someone has to give, someone has to receive. What if someone else is not willing to accept help unless they have given, and you don't allow them to give to you, and then they need help, but they can't ask for it because they don't feel worthy of help? Do you see that circle? Let me give you an example. I was stuck one time. You know, my mom lives downstairs. I have lots of good friends where, you know, if I ever, and my husband right now is working from home and retired. So, you know, if I ever need help with getting kids to and from school, it's not a problem. Although he was away, you know, my mom wasn't here, and I had to reach outside of my circle of comfort to ask somebody. I was stuck. I was like, I couldn't pick her up. I was like, geez, okay. I was like, this isn't normally that hard because I had someone else at school I knew needed help with a ride with their children, and they were not asking for help. And I'm like, why aren't they asking for help? I would have picked them up. And then when I was in the position, I realized, I was like, oh, it's a little bit different and vulnerable when you're on the other side and you have to ask. So I actually reached outside of the circle of people who I'd normally help, and I was like, hey, I'm in a pickle. Are you willing to help me? And they were like, of course, and helped me easily. And then you know what happened? That mom, a week later, and she let me know this, she called and asked me for help. Now, she had never asked me for help before. And she said to me, the only reason I was okay with it was because you asked me a while ago. So me actually asking had given her permission to reach out to me or someone else to get help. So modeling the fact that we can get help, modeling that it's okay, we're all going to need it sometime, is actually super, super helpful to someone else. And remember, I know it's hard when you're in the position of needing help and you're feeling like, oh my gosh, maybe you have a lot going on in your life and you feel like it's one thing after another and you're like, oh, I cannot ask again. I have a good friend here who lives locally near me who got into a car accident recently. And we're the kind of friends where we're both military, so we've kind of crossed paths many times. We first met, we lived together in Hawaii. Well, not together. We both lived in Hawaii at the same time. And so we'll see each other, and then we probably won't talk for 3 or 4 months, and then we'll one day call up and see each other again. And right now we both live in Virginia Beach. And I had seen her maybe 6 weeks ago, and we had lunch, and she was doing great. And then just like 2 weeks ago, I got a call from a friend saying, I'm really worried about our friend. And I'm like, why? She was great. I just saw her a month ago. And she's like, Megan, she was in a horrible accident. And I had no idea. And this bothered me like a lot. This bothered me later. And of course, it's not the person who got in an accident. It's not their job to tell me. She's not on social media. And I hadn't called, right? Like I hadn't checked in because that's just not the timeline. Of course, I felt totally guilty about that. And she even said, she said, well, what am I going to do? Call you up and let you know I'm in an accident? And I'm thinking, yes, please. Yes, please. Call me up and let me know, because I would have loved to help. Although at the end of the story, in a way, and I've heard this from many people before, that often when something happens, it's pretty tragic. In the very beginning, there's a lot of people coming to help you and making you meals and whatever, or when people have a baby, I've heard this. And then right when you get to like the 6 week, 2 month, 3 month mark where you're still really needing a lot of support and people have kind of, you know, they're not there to help as much. I was like, well, I guess I'm coming in right now where I'm like, all right, let's do this. What can I bring? What can I do? And I went and sat with her for the day when her husband was going somewhere, and I was able to just bring her food and bring her bone broth and collagen and then super healing foods and things. And anyway, I just share this story because I was actually upset that I couldn't help her, that I didn't know to help her. And there was nothing on her. She was just not in a position to tell me. But let's say like, you knew you needed help and you didn't ask, you could actually, the other person could really, really want to. I was like, I would have loved to have known. I would love to have come down, and she's like, to sit here and be with you. And so on that other end, it's helpful to remember from both sides, that it actually, people do want to give and be helpful. Because think about you if you know you like to give and be helpful. But remember that flow is important. Okay? So everybody here, can you say out loud, yes, Megan, I will receive. Learning to receive is important. I heard this said on the plane the other day. They're like, if you are sitting in the middle seats, you get the armrests, both of them. They're like, we've all been in this position. Please extend them that courtesy. That's our rule on this plane. And I loved that. And that's what our community is like, because sometimes you're in a place where you're in the middle, right? Surround yourself with people who are willing to give you the armrest and ask for it when you need it. And also remember to extend the same to them when you're in that position. Okay. Thank you for listening today. As always, we will end with possibility. And I want you to remember, if you want to wire this in a bit faster, rewiring the brain takes repetition. So go ahead and upgrade to the free series. You can purchase our daily hypnosis audio at zestyginger.com/meditation. So without further ado, some possibility.
My name is Emily, and if you are wondering if you should sign up for the Transformation Accelerator Coaching Program, take this as a sign that the answer is yes. I really don't know what it was that made me pull the trigger on the program. I've been a follower of Megan and Alex and Zesty Ginger for a long time. I've done some other programs, but on this one, I really didn't know what NLP was or QTT. I think my subconscious was telling me that I needed this for myself, even though the conscious message was, hey, go check this out. You'll gain more tools to help your current clients. I'm a health coach and a nutritional therapy practitioner. And that's what I thought I was going for. I thought everything was fine with me. And in fact, I wore a shirt the first day that said, everything is fine, over and over again. I was ignoring my feelings. I was pushing back any thoughts that I thought might get in the way of things that I wanted to do. And the truth was, during this training, using some of these incredible tools, we uncovered that I had a limiting decision that I don't matter. And we were able to uninstall that and replace it with the truth. That limiting decision had been affecting every single area of my life. I have a job that I love where I'm asked to give frequent presentations, but I'm always shaky, or was, about them. Now I am able to present confidently. I was asked to give a surprise presentation at work last week, and I nailed it, gained 3 new clients, and was asked by multiple people how to sign up for my next talk. I was asked by my counselor, who I've seen for over a year, what I was doing to stand so much in my power and be more myself than she's ever seen. My friends have noticed the change. And best part is, and this sounds funny to say this is the best part, but I was able to realize and come to terms peacefully with the fact that I have been living in survival mode in my marriage in a way that's not really authentic to how I want to be, to the person I want to be. And I gained tools to set boundaries and move forward positively and confidently in a direction and a way that will benefit not only me, but the rest of my family, including 4 amazing kids. I just really can't overstate the benefit that this training has brought to my life, and hopefully I will be able to, no, not hopefully, I will pass this on to my clients and anyone else I can.
Thanks for coming to hang out with us on the podcast. It is our goal to lead others through accelerated transformation that takes all parts of ourselves into account. And we need your help. We need your help to get the word out. At almost 2 million downloads and quickly heading to 3, we know that as this podcast grows, we're going to be able to reach more and more people and help them learn how all 4 bodies, physical, mental, emotional, and energetic, work so they feel empowered to be, do, and have whatever they want in life.
If you find this podcast helpful, please take a moment to text 5 friends you think might benefit and leave us a review. It means so much to share this work that has transformed our lives with others. We appreciate your help so much and can't wait to see you next time.